Welcome back, Towners. Today we're going to be making cornbread dressing. Let's get it. Alright guys, to start off this recipe, we have our cornbread mixture that we have. This is the same cornbread recipe that we use for the cornbread muffin video that we made a few videos back. I'll put a link at the top if you want to watch the directions on how to make the cornbread mixture. But I basically followed the same exact recipe, but I also added in a half a stick of butter to this one. And we basically place it into a greased skillet. Once the dough was made, paste it in a greased skillet and patted it down to be nice and compact in the skillet. Not really sure why. Well, I did that because I wanted to cook evenly. But it's not necessarily needed to do that because it's going to be broken up in crumbles anyway. We put that in the oven at about 350 for about 25 minutes. Did a toothpick test. When it came out clear, we knew that it was ready to go. And then once it cooled off for about 5 or 10 minutes, we then took a spatula and broke it up into pieces just to help it cool. As you can see, it's still hot steam coming off of it. But it had a nice texture. If you were going to use this for cornbread or for muffins or anything like that, it would have a nice texture to that and a good taste to it. But we're not doing that. We're doing cornbread dressing. So we just broke it up into small pieces and sat it to the side to let it cool. Now, to work on our filling, we took a skillet over medium-high heat and put in, we chopped up one onion, diced that up. And then we took half of a red bell pepper, half of a yellow bell pepper, and about 3 stalks of celery, diced that up in the same pieces and put that in. Season that with some salt and pepper, as well as we have some herb de Provence seasoning, as well as some Italian seasoning. Normally I put in poultry seasoning to it, but I picked up this herb de Provence, hopefully I'm saying it correctly, seasoning, and it had a lot of the same ingredients that I would normally put into my dressing, and that's in poultry seasoning, rosemary, savory, marjoram, sage, just all the ingredients that I would normally use. So I just went ahead and tried this out and it worked very well. Now we took a rotisserie chicken and deboned it and chopped that up into same size pieces that we have for our filling for the vegetables that we had. Chop that up and place that into the pan and let that heat through on low heat as well, just to get that warmed up because the vegetables were already cooked. We wanted to get good crunch and keep the shape on those. Once that was heated through, we then added that to our cornbread. Now our cornbread that we have, to dry that out, you can either break it up into crumbles and cook it the day before and just leave it out in a bag open so that the air can get to it and just dry it out. Or you can do what we did. We basically just broke it up into pieces, put it on a baking tray, and put it in the oven at about 250, 275 for about 25 to 30 minutes. Just keep checking it after the 20-minute mark, every 5 minutes or so. And once it dries out to a nice hard crumble, like when you normally buy the cornbread from the grocery store, the dry bag mixture, once it gets that hard and crunchy, you're ready and good to go. And you can use that. And we made a large amount of dressing. This was for Thanksgiving. So we had like 2 batches of the cornbread and we were adding more of it on top after we dry that out. And once you have that, you're ready to add your liquid. We took some chicken stock. I poured some of the chicken stock into the pan that I'll cook the vegetables in, just to get all of the bits and flavor and anything that was remaining in that pan. I like to scrape my pan, so I just poured that in, and then I poured the rest of the chicken stock into our bowl. All the chicken stock is going to fall down to the bottom, so you're basically just going to continue to mix this up and to get the chicken stock combined with all of the dressing that we have here. Just keep mixing it up. It's going to get mushier and the dressing is going to soak up the chicken stock. Once it gets to the consistency that you can basically like grab a handful and it turns into like a little dough ball and holds and keeps its shape, then you know you're ready to go. You don't want it too watery because it'll just soak and have a pool of liquid in there. It's going to take a lot longer to cook and it may stay mushy that way. Now, once you get to this point, go ahead and taste it first before you add your egg. We took an extra large egg and mixed that in. You can use extra large about our 2 medium eggs, but we mixed our egg in. But before you do that, taste it to see what it tastes like, because what it tastes like here is pretty much what your dressing is going to taste like once it's completed. Just a little bit more intensified flavor, because you're going to be able to cook and have everything mixed together. If all your flavors are right, you don't need to add any more salt or pepper or any sage or anything. If you're good to go, then go ahead and mix in your egg. The only thing the egg is going to do is basically be a binder to have everything stick together, so that way when you cook it and it's done cooking, it doesn't just fall apart and crumble up in pieces. So once you have everything ready to go, we then took our aluminum pan, sprayed it with some extra virgin olive oil spray, and poured all of our cornbread mixture into our pan. Smoothed everything out so that way it can cook evenly. And from there, we'll be placing some foil over top of it and put it in the refrigerator, because we're going to cook this the next day. This is us cooking it with our turkey, and on the left was our macaroni and cheese. On the right was our dressing. We just basically put all this on the grill to save space, because we had other food cooking in the oven. And also got some nice flavor from the charcoal grill on our dressing while we're cooking it. Just a little bit of different flavor profile than we normally have, which haven't had anything that's cooked on the grill that didn't taste better or are different. Not different in a bad way, but just the charcoal flavor is great. So we put this on the grill at about 350 for about an hour, and after it came out the grill, this is how it looked. We wanted to get it a bit browner because we had the foil over top of it. It was covered lightly on the grill, but after we did that, we just basically popped it under the broiler and let it go on high for about 2 to 3 minutes just to brown up a spot. Just continue to move it around under the broiler so it doesn't brown too much in one spot. And this is how it came out. The flavor of this was great. It came out nice. I didn't get any pictures or any videos of me breaking into it because I was cooking so much food on Thanksgiving. I just forgot to do that portion of this one, but this was our final product. The flavor came out great using the rotisserie chicken, as well as the few ingredients that we used packed a lot of flavors: salt and pepper, the herb de Provence, and the Italian seasoning. If you don't have that herb de Provence seasoning, you can also just use poultry seasoning, or just mix your ingredients yourself: the sage, your marjoram, your rosemary, all your ingredients. You can go that way as well. But this was our keto version of our cornbread dressing. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Enjoy.
Enjoy. And please subscribe. Enjoy.
Hey guys, as always, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. All menu items are listed in the description box. And thank you guys for watching.